Oh, there you are, YouTube.
There's our fat little backyard bunny. Can't tell how big they are right now, just because of the view we have, but they are still looking pretty big. In our favorite neighborhood. Nice overcast day, our favorite kind of day. Not a lot of people out though. You'd expect more. I take that back. We actually just passed like 8 people in a quarter-mile stretch. The parks are all taped off. Got the yellow tape around them. Since the playground portion is taped off, we're just going to let them run around. What are you looking for? Little dandelions? Yeah, that's a good one. Find some good dandelions. I love your shirt. There's a better shot of the taped off park. Where's Tom Hanks when you need him? A lonely glove. Oh, just passed you by. Caution tape all around. Our neighbors brought over some egg rolls. How nice. And they kept their distance. Took only safe procedures in getting these egg rolls in the house. Can't wait to eat them. Settled down the night with a little Walking Dead, and it's the last episode before, now how should I word this? That's not really the right way to say it. Basically, they're going to go on a break because of COVID-19, and we don't know when we'll see the next episode. So this was like the last episode before, the break happens. And it sounds like they have everything filmed. It's just like post-production. They can't get everybody together for post-production stuff for these final episodes to finish them properly. So they have to just kind of wait till, we can live closer to a normal way that we had been before they can finish these episodes. So that is kind of interesting to have, because they break up the seasons into 2 sections. So it's like we have like 3 season finales in a single season, it almost feels like. But I don't know, it's kind of weird to be done with Walking Dead for a while via an episode that didn't really feel like a cliffhanger season ender. But that's one thing we have to deal with. Obviously, small potatoes compared to a lot of other things that are going on. But it was just kind of a unique thing that was, mentioned in the recap episode, Talking Dead, afterwards. And I just thought it was pretty interesting, and how that's going to feel when, how that break's going to feel, but then we come back just to, grab these last 2 or 3 episodes, however many are left in the season. But yeah, and I was wondering also how many people, I know a lot of people quit watching the show, I should say. I think when Glenn died, I feel like is when a lot of my friends quit watching. I had some friends quit watching earlier, but I think out of my friend group, I'm the only person who still watches this show and still loves it. So I was wondering, with all this free time that people have, if you consider free time, I know people are still working from home, but in some ways you have a little more opportunity to watch shows than before. So I'm curious if anybody will jump back in to The Walking Dead and, finally catch up to where everybody else has been. Just because, it's like, well, what else are we going to watch? But there are a lot of streaming services out there. There are a lot of shows out there. So, I don't necessarily see that happening, but I think it would be pretty cool. And I also have some friends that, completely different show here, but I had some friends that stopped watching The Office when Michael left, and they never came back. So now would be the perfect opportunity for them to finish up those final seasons without Michael to see whether or not they like them or not. Because some of my favorite episodes actually are from the post-Michael episodes. Like Robert California. At first he rubbed me the wrong way, but now he's one of my favorite characters. I really like his Halloween episode and his pool party episode. Those are some of my favorites, and I just like when he's on screen. It's just a very weird, eerie, strange, odd vibe. He's just like nothing else on the show, and I think he was pretty refreshing. Obviously, Michael's still my favorite when it comes to people heading the place, but I thought he was, I don't know, I've come around to Robert California. When I first watched the show, the first time through, watching it when it was airing, I was unsure, but now I like him. Same thing happened with Kathy Bates' character. I actually went through the series a few times not liking her character, but now I do. Now I really don't have too many faults with the show other than maybe like Andy's, and I mean, I think it fits the character, but I don't know. It was just depressing, I guess, which is how the British Office is, and ours, the American version, is a little more uplifting, but so I guess it has those ties to the British Office where it's just kind of sad and depressing, but yeah, I don't have too many faults with the show. I never really did, but the tiny ones I have, I've grown to like in many aspects. Anyway, yeah, that really turned into a little TV segment there. Anyway, I think I'm gonna edit this and head to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and previously I showed footage of us at the park, and we drove to that park. Took a walk out to a park, and but we drove there to. We drove to a neighborhood to take a walk to get to a park. But anyway, in my previous episode, all that TV talk I just did, in my previous vlog, I talked about how my car was dead, wouldn't start, and my dad came over today, helped me get it running. He had all these tools to clean your battery. It was like foaming like crazy. I guess this is a normal thing that happens. I'm not a car guy. I've seen mine do that a lot, but I thought something was maybe wrong with my battery, and it just always has been wrong. Because I don't think any of my previous cars did this. I feel like this is a new thing for me. But anyway, helped me get that all clean. Stayed, distant from one another. He knows a lot more about cars than I do. He's, saved me so many times when it comes to car issues. And so car's fixed. All it was a dead battery, and we were able to go out. So that problem is fixed. See you tomorrow.